Namaskar aspirants, this video is the continuation of our MCQ series on motor maintenance and operation. Let's start. Our first question is, which of the following problems could develop due to the accumulation of oil vapors in the crankcase of a diesel engine? And the options are reduced lubrication, poor fuel economy, combustion knock, crankcase explosion. And the correct option should be crankcase explosion. Our next question is, one problem resulting from a diesel engine fuel injector opening pressure being lower than specified by the engine manufacturer is that the options are start of ignition will always be retarded, duration of injection will always be reduced, quantity of fuel injected will always be decreased, quantity of fuel injected tends to be increased, and the correct option should be quantity of fuel injected tends to be increased. Our next question is, which of the listed reasons is the most likely cause of a sudden drop in compression pressure in one diesel engine cylinder? And the options are missing filter segment of an intake filter, malfunctioning valves, leaking fuel injector nozzle, excessively early fuel injection, and the correct option should be malfunctioning valves. Our next question is, a sudden drop in diesel engine cylinder compression pressure can be caused by, and the options are leaking fuel injector nozzles, a clogged air filter, excessively early fuel injection, and malfunctioning valves, and the correct option should be malfunctioning valves. Our next question is, failure to open the diesel engine test cocks after a long period of shutdown prior to starting may result in, and the options are an air-bound fuel system, damage to cylinder head and pistons, excessive fuel injection, excessive air valve lift, and the correct option should be damage to cylinder head and pistons. Our next question is, which of the listed conditions is most likely to cause a crankcase explosion? And the options are a high cooling water temperature, fuel dilution of the lube oil, excessive engine speeds, improper lube oil viscosity, and the correct option should be fuel dilution of the lube oil. Our next question is, if the coolant temperature is too low as it passes through internally cooled fuel injectors, the injector can be damaged by, and the options are water condensation in the fuel, corrosion of the nozzle tip, carbon deposits on the nozzle tip, inadequate lubrication of the needle valve, and the correct option should be corrosion of the nozzle tip. Our next question is, a diesel engine is operating with excessively high exhaust temperature at all cylinders. To correct this condition, you should first, and the options are reduce the engine load, increase the cooling water flow, increase the lube oil pressure, adjust the fuel rack, and the correct option should be reduce the engine load. Our next question is, the overspeed trip installed on most diesel engines will stop the engine by shutting off and the options are water supply, fuel oil supply, lube oil supply, exhaust damper, and the correct option should be the overspeed trip installed on most diesel engine will stop the engine by shutting off the fuel oil supply. And the next question is, white smoke exhausting from an operating diesel engine may indicate, and the options are a cracked liner, burning lube oil, an overloaded engine, insufficient combustion air, and the correct option should be a cracked liner. Now let's revise what we have studied in this video. Which of the following problems could develop due to the accumulation of oil vapors in the crankcase of a diesel engine? Crankcase explosion. One problem resulting from a diesel engine fuel injector opening pressure being lower than specified by the engine manufacturer is that the quantity of fuel injected tends to be increased. Which of the listed reason is the most likely cause of a sudden drop in compression pressure in one diesel engine cylinder? Malfunctioning valves. A sudden drop in diesel engine cylinders compression pressure can be caused by malfunctioning valves. Failure to open the diesel engine test cocks after a long period of shutdown prior to starting may result in damage to cylinder heads and pistons. Which of the listed condition is most likely to cause a crankcase explosion? Fuel dilution of the lube oil. If the coolant temperature is too low as it passes through internally cooled fuel injectors, the injectors can be damaged by corrosion of the nozzle tip. A diesel engine is operating with excessively high exhaust temperatures at all cylinders. To correct this condition, you should first reduce the engine load, The overspeed trip installed on most diesel engines will stop the engine by shutting off the fuel supply. White smoke exhausting from an operating diesel engine may indicate a cracked liner. Thank you for watching the video. See you soon in the next video.